Hello and welcome to another TCM YouTube video where we discuss Japanese knotweed and other invasive weeds. Today we're looking at flooding and specifically how it can help spread Japanese knotweed. Japanese knotweed can spread easily through flooding, and with each passing year the chances of flooding nationwide are getting more and more likely. So if you're a land or homeowner, here's what you need to know. How does flooding spread Japanese knotweed? Japanese knotweed is made up of several parts. These include bamboo-like stems, leaves and vines. However, most of the plant lies below the ground surface, sometimes up to 3 meters deep. Here, the knotweed rhizome or root really is the root of the problem. When flooding occurs and lands shift, fragments of the Japanese knotweed root or rhizome are taken away by water. Once these fragments settle onto new ground, a new infestation begins, and this is how easily Japanese knotweed can spread. Who is at greater risk? We're all affected by the rain. I mean, we live in the UK, right? Sadly, those living near rivers, lakes and even garden ponds are significantly more at risk from Japanese knotweed infestations. In 2019, several nature reserves and wildlife sanctuaries across the UK were affected by floods. In the spring, they found Japanese knotweed had taken root, so it's actually becoming a real problem. So be on the lookout for Japanese knotweed. If you spot it on your land, particularly after flooding, you should take immediate action. The sooner it's removed, the better, so it's worth contacting our team. As if Japanese knotweed spreading through flooding isn't enough for us to deal with, there are other non-native species in the UK that can cause havoc. These include Himalayan balsam and giant hogweed. Although Japanese knotweed is perhaps the most common invasive plant in the UK, it's good to know about others that exist. Head over to our information pages to learn a little bit more about them. Knotweed is harder to spot in winter. In the spring and summer, Japanese knotweed is a luscious green colour. Its leaves are bold and easy to spot, and on top of it, it produces dainty white flowers. Unfortunately, knotweed is harder to identify in the colder months. The stem's brown and the plant can look dead. For a photo gallery of what Japanese knotweed looks like in the winter, look at our identification guide. It's helpful to identify Japanese knotweed on your land because many people don't know it's a problem plant and try to remove it themselves. Sadly, this only spreads the plant further. Even worse, many people remove the weed and then put it in their green compost bin or their garden waste bin. Here, the knotweed has another place to infest and grow. When floods come and knock over our bins, Japanese knotweed has the opportunity to spread through the water and go further afield. You should never ever try to remove Japanese knotweed yourself. In fact, it's illegal to dispose of it in any of your household waste bins. If you are found spreading Japanese knotweed into the wild, you could be faced with fines or even a short prison sentence, so it's pretty serious. Don't treat Japanese knotweed yourself, because when floods come, you could be responsible for letting Japanese knotweed spread across the country, and you probably don't want that on your conscience. If you're concerned about flooding and Japanese knotweed on your property, speak to us today. Bye for now! Get into the roof! But true observes and could you not?